station. Hopefully it works this time. I restarted my phone. Maybe. It's a little bit windy out today, but that's okay. I've got a new picnic bag, which we're going to use to hold the paint this time. Not that the dry bag isn't fun. The dry bag's definitely fun, but I think from the second-hand shop, I just got this lovely, excuse that, this lovely picnic set, and I want to give this a go, carrying all the stuff. I think it might work quite well. But like, time will tell, guys, time will tell. It might be a disaster, it might be an absolute disaster. Here we go. G'day guys, Jules, welcome on in. Now, you'll have to excuse the last few streams these last few days, guys. We've had a lot of noise and craziness going on. If you are any of the subscribers, you would have seen some of the footage. I've got the full clip from the event. Why is that so loose? And I'll post that separately another time. But for now, with all the gear in our backpack, I've got the tripod with you guys on it, which is fantastic. I've got my easel here. Do I have everything I need? Possibly. I wonder if I can't get the tripod on the backpack as well. That'll be a great start. We're trying it with a new formation. It's very, very new with the picnic bag. All right, let me just flip this across here. We are just starting. That is the plan. But before we start, we do have to find a way to get the easel and the tripod on the bag to make sure that I can carry it all down easily. So we're gonna try it like this. I'm gonna slip this leg down the inside here. The risk we're running here is I don't know this bag, and there's a possibility that it could just break. So it's okay. We will run that risk. And I also don't know here in New Zealand right now. Okay, it's holding for now. We'll see. I also don't know if it's going to be an outgoing tide or an incoming tide. We're just kind of shooting from the hip a little bit. That one there doesn't have its piece on it. We just need one other piece. There we go. You need all the bits and pieces. You need all the bits and pieces. You're from Malaysia. Welcome on in. There's a Malaysian restaurant down from where me and Shelby used to go for work. It was incredible. Lovely little spot. Right. I wonder if I can reach that around there. No, I'm not reaching that. We try, but I'm not reaching that. One last thing to grab, team. One last thing to grab. Painting on the head, and now we have absolutely everything we need. Except for the keys. Can't forget those. They're on the passenger seat. Now, I was definitely supposed to bring some water with me, but it's overcast today anyway, so it's not the end of the world. We're just going to find a little crack to head down to this beach here, and once we find that, we'll head on out as far as we dare, being that it could be an incoming tide. If it's an incoming tide, we're in trouble. But as far as we dare, and then we'll set up slash some paint on this canvas, have some fun. That's the plan. It's much nicer than it was yesterday. Oh, we're gonna go on these rocks here. This is our path. This is our path. Okay. Woohoo! Where do we step? There, there. Here we go. Lovely. We've made it. I can go out a wee way. It's a good little dry sandbar piece across here that wants some love. That's what we're after. So last time I didn't have something to hold the easel, so I was carrying it in my left hand the whole way down, and it was heavy. It was really heavy, but it's okay. We're almost there, team. It's not as far away as I thought it was. It should be, let's say, another 30 meters or sort of ought to do it. RC, I'm doing fantastically. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. The piece of work that I have on top of my head is 46 years. So that's the picture we're going to be working on. I'm walking towards the sun, and I'm trying to find, well, I found a nice little spot where the sand doesn't have too much water in it. This is where we want to be, right here. Lovely. Let me put you guys down. The Duchess. I am in Orewa. There's some rain over that way, and we're going to have to see if it actually, bad hair day. We're going to have to see if it actually stays over there or travels over here. One thing we can always do if it does start raining is we can angle a canvas towards me, and that angle, sorry, just loosen this one off, will stop the water from hitting the surface, which is entirely possible. Is this the same spot as yesterday? No, completely and utterly different. Completely and utterly different. Let's get this one out of here. There we go. That's part of the fun. I don't often like to go to the same place twice. I like to keep on moving around, but this is the beach today. Yesterday we did have the beach, but we weren't actually on it. We were up on the shore. So rather than tui birds and kiddidoos, wood pigeons, sparrows and yellowhammers, you'll be listening to the sound of the waves, possibly some excited dogs, and maybe people might pop by and say hi. Let's get this all sorted. There we go. Beautiful. Wonderful. One down there. One down there. One down there. I think we'll bring these two a little bit more to there. Keep them high. Down a little bit. That's perfect. It is raining a touch, so we're going to have a responsibility to angle it down a wee bit, which is totally okay. We can make that happen, just like that. So it'll look normal, but it'll be on about a 5 degree, 10 degree angle towards the artiste. And hopefully the showers pass. The rain's coming from directly behind the artwork. A great sign. A great sign. the other thing we need to do is we need to grab the hooks underneath. Because if there's a bit of rain in the air, you'll also occasionally get a gust of wind, which can really shake things up for us. G'day guys, how we doing?
You got us curious.
Oh yeah. How's your walk down the beach going?
Hey?
How's your walk down the beach going?
Don't we get it?
Other way, yeah.
I was thinking surely it's going to get damaged in the rain.
No, we'll be all right. We'll face it away from the rain and angle it down a little bit.
What are you doing?
We'll tick along from there. There's also a live stream running, guys. So we're streaming this out there into the world.
Okay.
That's part of the fun we're having here.
Okay.
But, it's good to be down here for a walk and taking the dogs out. Hopefully that rain holds out for both of us, eh?
Yep. We'll leave you to it.
Hey,
That's
thank
good.
you so much. Look
See
after
ya.
yourselves, guys. Catch ya. All right. Here we go. Let me spin you guys around there a little bit. So at the moment, the rain, that direction, angled down, hooked it in. So wind cannot affect our work. Primo. Oh, thanks, Ed. I appreciate that. Actually, I'm glad you said that because I've got a shirt here. This is a Huffer shirt. Oh, sorry, a Huffer pair of pants. They're a little bit baggier than normal pants I wear, but they're kind of fun. And then the shirt needed an iron. But if you like it, then we're on the right track. That's fun. Now, one thing I'm going to do today, I got this recommendation from a really cool guy. Oh, and he said don't trip up over your tripod for starters, but said I should set up a second tripod over here, just like this, with a second phone in it. And on that second phone, watch this, this is ingenious. Using technology in a way which is so simple that I never thought of, classically. If I go like this, you're going to be like, oh, that's a smart guy. Here we go, perfect. Fantastic. That goes right there. Awesome. Okay. I think we're sorted there. I think I can see those comments beautifully, can I? So now I can read the comments on the phone here. How fun's that? Kind of fun. Now I'm just seeing for the first time that you guys are seeing the whole world in reverse. I'm actually the other way round. The other way round. So that's part of the fun. Anyway, let's get our picture up and hope that these naughty rain clouds stay away. But if they don't, it's really not the end of the world. Let's take these clips off here, down there. There. A bit of extra wind, that's okay. And that one down there. As well. Hello. That doesn't want to stay. Alright. It's made its decision. It wants to play tough. The question is, what the first colour set to off the ranks is going to be today. What the first colour off the ranks is going to be today. So many options. So little time. Interesting anchor you've got going there. That you need that. That's a bungee onto the ground. Anytime it's raining, that is utterly essential. You cannot go outside without your anchor. That's a fact. That is a cold, hard fact. I mean, you can, but the problem you'll run into is if you go outside without your anchor, you could. See if the shower passes. Go outside without your anchor, you could just end up in all sorts of chaos with gust of wind catching the artwork and just sending it flying. And we don't want to be in that sort of instance. We actually, yeah, here comes, what's that song? Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles. This is Here Comes the Rain. Now, we're 100% safe though, guys, because the rain's coming on this angle. So none's getting on the artwork, but I'm getting soaked. So we'll persevere for this shower for about 5 minutes. I see a big of blue sky over there, and hopefully it continues this way and we're fine. It may not, and if it doesn't, we can't really persevere in these conditions for 2 hours. So we will see. Right. I guess the good thing about the rain too is it does mean that you get the whole beach to yourself. Fun touch. Now, let's have a look here. Little darling, here comes the sun. No wind, but some rain. There's only a few droplets, but they're thick, you know? Thick droplets. And I want a little bit of white too. There we go. A little bit of blanco, but it's mainly white. There we go. Look at that. Here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun. Is it? No way. No way. You're dreaming. Right, first colours first. Let's get something ginger. Just play with it inside the shirt space here. Just a touch. You know what's really funny? I've actually got a umbrella unit that goes on the ground, arches over me in the canvas and keeps everything dry. It's actually more for me, because you can obviously angle the canvas any way you like, but I honestly didn't think I'd need it today, which is a funny thing because clearly I do. Just like that. Just like that. At the moment, it's there we go. It's also going on here. There's that big patch of blue I was talking about. It's going on, what's the time at here? About 12 o'clock in the day. So the sun's at that stage casting down, and I'm wondering if it's 12 o'clock here, where in the world is it where you are right now? Have we got some Americans in the room? Is everyone else wet, or is it just me? Everyone's like, oh yeah, raining all around the world at the moment. Here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun, and I'll say Ed's got a 7 p.m. RC's got a 5 p.m. in Los Angeles. Illinois for Ed. 8 p.m. Eastern time for Chuck. We've got Mike here yelling out my name. Thanks, Mike. And we've got Brian here who's got rain in Boston. That's pretty exciting. 7:04 p.m. in St. Louis. G'day, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, good.
I'm just a bit interested in what you got going on here.
Yeah, champion. Come on over. I've got a live stream running, so
You got
we're
a live
recording
stream
you.
running?
Yeah. So we're just
Beautiful.
making out some art here in the sun.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, it was sunny. Hello, everybody.
Good on you, mate.
You're incredible, brother.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We got hit by a bit of rain, but it's totally okay. We're
Yeah,
having
it's all
fun
good.
here.
It comes
Yeah.
and goes, bro. What's
Comes
your
and
name?
goes.
My name's Connor.
Nice to meet you, Connor. Sid.
Sid. Nice
to
to meet
meet
you,
you.
Sid. What's this, bro? What are we...
We're making a couple here. They've been together 46 years.
Fuck,
We're,
that's beautiful, bro.
capturing their relationship.
That's
in the early
incredible.
days of it. There we go. Just screw that one on there.
Is it these two?
That's the one. That's the one indeed.
What are their names?
Their name of Brian. David and Rick.
David and Rick.
David and Rick.
46 years.
46 long years. Well, flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it would if they're meant for each other, definitely.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly, brother.
Flies by in a moment.
Yeah, beautiful. So who do you stream to? Is this on Instagram or
It's on TikTok at the moment.
TikTok? Nice.
Some lovely people here from all over the show.
Hello, everybody. My name's Connor.
Good on you, Connor. I'll keep cracking on with the painting, Connor,
Yeah,
but it was
beautiful,
lovely
bro.
to meet
It was
you.
lovely to meet you too.
Cheers, mate. All right.
Incredible. Thank you, Sid.
Cheers. Catch you, Connor.
See you later, brother. That's honestly
Bit of fun, eh?
beautiful, bro.
Thanks, Connor. I appreciate
Really
that.
beautiful. Really beautiful.
You have yourself a great day.
Yeah, you too. See you later, Sid. See you later, stream.
Here we go. Let's get a little bit of that through there. So, pastel pink is one of the first colours we use to capture a bit of skin tone. That is the plan. Who else did we have here? We had St. Louis, we had Jenny on an 8 p.m, we had Matteo on a 10 a.m. in Brisbane, welcome, and we have Mike, Denver. I knew that, Mike. I knew that. And we have, who else do we have here? At least it's not windy. Honestly, Chuck, the wind is the worst. The rain is manageable. The rain is manageable, but the wind is a showstopper sometimes. Even this bungee, in a good strong gust, if it catches it wrong, it can actually flick it over and I'd lose the art because it holds it down, but past a certain point, it stops holding it down and actually helps pull it down, kind of like a trebuchet, and that's a disaster. That is an honest disaster. Here comes the sun, little darling. Here comes the sun. Let's pick up here. I ripped it a little bit, but that's okay. I have plenty of spares. That's what I get told about children. How many children should you have? A pair and a spare. I like that saying. Matteo potato. G'day Joe, how are we doing? After hearing you talk at CreatorCon, I'm excited to finally see a live stream. Yeah, for anyone who caught the fun at CreatorCon, I shared a bit of it 2 live streams, but it was really noisy and it was kind of hard to hear, so sorry about that. That's my fault. And but now we're back doing what we do best, which is back out of wilderness, and in classic form. Of course it would rain, but one thing that I'm prolifically bad at is checking the weather report. And today was a classic day where checking the weather report would have been great, but we had a bit of a funny one too, because Shelby actually said to me, I'm not blaming Shelby, I'm not blaming her, she just said, you'll be totally fine, off you go. And it's still fine, but I got wet. The artwork's safe and sound, the artwork's looking great, I'm soaked. So all that means is when I get home, I'm gonna need a nice warm shower. And the cool thing about hammering down with rain, team, look at this. First off, we get the reflections the whole way along the beach, because the rain's gonna actually land in all those little crevasses that make up the little, what do you call them? Sand has cool patterns in it, and it lands in those and fills up the entire beach, and then you get a reflection of the sky on the sand. That's my favorite thing about the beach. I don't like the sand, I don't like getting sunburned, I don't like sharks, I don't like salt water, how it gets all crusty on your body. I'm more of a lake guy, but that reflection of the water in the sky and that color that you can get into the land, that is one thing I love about the beach. Now the tide's all the way out there. I don't know if it's coming in or out, but it's doesn't matter. We've got plenty of time. Plenty of time. Our artwork's here on the beach. That's our little station. And the phone there beside it is a new innovation that someone gave me at CreatorCon to record the, read the comments. So that's actually logged in currently to Shelby's TikTok profile. So if you ever see the view count, which will say like at 57 at the moment, it's actually not, it's 56, because one of them is this phone. Cheating, right? Cheating. I could even start liking the stream. If I get nervous and like a little bit insecure, I might start just bashing the screen to get a few more likes in there. Honestly guys, this is good though, because I kicked off the morning with 2 coffees, and that's great, fantastic, good for me. But I wasn't kicked into shape, and now that it started raining a little bit, and that rain's got into me, it's actually, it hasn't warmed me up, but it's shook me up. And I needed a little shake up. And a shake up is what I got. Goodbye, white. Missed the bag. All right, let's get the brush, which I left right here. Do we give a medium in there? No, we're just gonna do some raw paint. And this is cool too. You can see behind me here, these are the reflections. This is what I'm talking about, this stuff. That's the best part of being at the beach. The best part. All right. Gonna catch a cold? No, absolutely not. Aruba looks amazing today. Grace, it is absolutely bonkers here in Aruba. This kind of place is absolutely stunning. I do have one little problem though. This leg keeps sinking into the sand. So let's just push up. There you go. I'm pushing out of that leg too. It's all going to make sense in just a second. One of those people who always says it's all going to make sense, and it never does. There we go. Let's get this mark here. I'm going to put this under this leg. Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Do. Lift this up. There we go. How's that? Yes. When it rains, all the sand gets even more spludgy, and we can't have spludgy sand. That's the scientific word. We can't have spludgy sand. We need sand that's nice and hard. So we have that now. Do a little bit of cheating. Hello, Cam. This is not the Coromandel. I wish it was. Coromandel is one of my favourite places on planet Earth. I love the go further north of Coromandel to the Colville Peninsula. Now the Colville Peninsula, right up there around the tip, you can actually see across to Auckland here. And at night, there's this glow above the city of Auckland. You can't make out the buildings, maybe the sky tower a little bit, but you can actually see this faint glow, especially with a bit of cloud around. This yellow light of Auckland. And it's kind of cool because Auckland's always the kind of big space that occupies New Zealand. It's the big smoke of New Zealand, and it's kind of cool that actually at the Colville Peninsula, right up there north of Coromandel, it's not the big smoke. It's a tiny, faint glow of light, and that's pretty special. I like that. Kind of like how astronauts go away from Earth and see the Earth from a distance and get to think, you know, how small everything is. Paint me on a canvas. Cam, lovely idea. But Cam, you've got to wait your turn. Oh, hey buddy. What are you doing? What you got? It's a friendly dog. Leo's like, you gonna throw the ball? You gonna throw the ball? You gonna throw the ball? And Leo's like, nah. You're an artist. I bet you can't even throw a ball. So I just got I just got told what's what by a lovely dog. What a day to be out though. Anyone who had the tenacity, it's called the tenacity, to actually come out here and be a part of the beach gets it all to themselves now. Like, if you look down here, there is one lady taking a wander down this beach with her puppy, all by herself. She's the whole thing. There's another couple over here, but you honestly get the whole beach to yourself, and that wouldn't happen unless you braved that rain shower. See, if I hadn't braved that rain shower, guys, this whole beach would be covered with artists with easels. There'd be no room for anyone else to do anything. It'd just be this absolutely crazy place. You'd be fighting for space to put your painting. Maybe one day it'll be like that. Maybe one day. Cam, you just sold a painting. Congratulations, you absolute legend. What? Leo left you with a poop stain? Did he? Hold on. Waiting for the indicator. That is just not even a problem. It's just a little bit of water. You know what I would prefer way more than Leo not coming up to say hi? I'd prefer my little stain. I want the stain. If the stain's all I have to trade to have dogs come out and hang out with me, then please, stain me all day. Here we go. Whew. What a brisk temperature though. That was quite fun. Here we go. Splash that there. Lovely. Lovely. And usually I wear pants and belt. This one here. And also, Cam, what was the painting of? Got landscape, portrait, abstract, all the things. I thought that was a wall of art behind you. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Star User. It's in early days though. We're on layer 2, and in layer 2, we're adding some of the pastel tones into it, and just playing with it. Now, I see a bit of a breeze coming past. I hope that wind's not too much for you guys. Hopefully it's not. But if it is playing with you, I'm very, very sorry. I have been looking at a few other mics. I have this horrible habit of losing my mic. Have I done a self-portrait yet? No, Loki. There's too much stuff in this world that I want to capture before I think my own mug's deserving of ending up with a piece of artwork. This world is full of so much beauty and wilderness and fun and chaos. I wake up to this mug every morning. It's honestly, in a world as beautiful as this, it's not high up the list, Loki. One day we'll do it. One day we'll do it. But today is not that day. What did I say that? Oh, that's right. It's in Lord of the Rings. But today is not that day. That wilderness in it. These characters are quite clear right now, and that's a bad sign early in the piece. We don't want these characters to be clear off the bat. They need to be quite wild, and then we build in the clarity to them later in the piece. See? Look at this. That's how sticky, juicy, and sloppy the beach now is. My pig is supposed to hold everything down, literally lift it out of the water. He told me to follow you, the guy who bought it. Alright. That's fun. He told me to follow you. The guy who bought your painting told you to follow me. Oh, that's exciting. Alright. Well, a massive thank you to him. And I'm really lucky to have you here. Thanks for joining on it. And now you're like, I don't know why I'm here. guy's crazy. He's clearly cold, and he's out here painting a beautiful couple out in the wilderness. You know what? This painting's about love, and love doesn't always make sense. And so we're out here on this beach. I'm soaking wet. I'm not soaking wet, I'm actually drying out pretty fast, but that definitely falls into the category of not making sense. So that's pretty fun. But we do need to start, once I finish off with a few more of these pastel tones, getting some more movement and bounce into my step. Otherwise, you are right, I will fall victim to making a bit of a cold. You look respectful, not paint inside, making mess. I'm going to paint outside, but I need an easel. Yeah, you can get a big easel, walk it over your shoulder. This one packs up small, that's handy. But painting outside's a wonderful thing because sometimes being inside can wear you down, run you out of energy. Just lower this down here a little bit. It can run you out of energy, and painting outside rejuvenates you. The best way to look at it is when you finish your painting set, are you energized or are you exhausted? Because your craft should always energize you. This world's got too many things going on that make you tired with what you make with your love and your passion to not fill you with energy and joy. And you're like, well, no, you should. You'll get tired. You'll get tired, but you should never not be energized from it. So I guess the term energized I'm talking about here is a figurative one. Figuratively energized. So I'm going to finish the set and I'm going to be cold, maybe a little tired, but I'm going to be energized. That is important because that means, oh my God, do you feel that? Here comes the sun, pretty baby. I don't deserve it, but I got it. That's so nice, guys. You feel that sun? Oh, my God. Stay here, baby. You are welcome anytime. You're making the canvas look great. You're making me feel great. And you are just, oh, so very welcome at this party. That's like you've just thrown a party and you've just run out of the punch bowl and you've got nothing to replace it with. And someone shows up with a brand new punch bowl. That's that sun right now. If that made no sense, I didn't really think about what I was saying, and I was also shivering a little bit when I said it. What's happening with the unpainted side? What's happening with the unpainted side? Well, typically, that side gets a very hard time. It's not really fair, but the side that doesn't get painted faces the wall and never gets seen again. No, so I put a bit of acetone, acid-free backing onto it, so it protects the whole hardwood panel. And then I also put the certificate of authenticity. That usually goes behind as the safest place to put it, so you know where it is. And then sometimes, depending on how you're framing it, the frame can actually creep further around the back onto that panel. So, but this board here is far, far better when it comes to moisture than an MDF panel would be. MDF has a lot of glue in it, and the wood fibers want to expand when they get wet. But masonite's more resilient to the elements, which is really, really important, guys. Trying to see here, how do I make? Can someone tell me? Am I able to make that chat bigger on this phone here? Probably not. It is what it is. Interesting. And guys, look, we've been mucking around here, we've thrown on some pastels, we're still playing, we're doing this, we're doing that, and we've just hit, or we've superseded 9,000 likes. So thank you very much, you pack of absolute legends. I haven't done nearly enough painting to justify that level of love right now. All I've done is get soaking wet, almost lose my canvas, get harassed by a dog, lovely dog, really enjoyed that, and yarn. So we had someone jump in just then. He's like, I heard you talk yesterday. I can't wait to see you paint in person. And I was just like, he has done hardly any painting. We will, I swear. We'll do so much painting. We're going to do endless screeds of painting. There's going to be so much paint on this canvas. You'll be going to, I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's a fun picture though. You can see now with the brush strokes we're adding to it, they're a little more brash. The first day, it was a bit of shape coming into it, but there's not enough chaos. We can't start with the clarity and the facts of what's in the picture and then think that the fun's going to come from that. You have to start with chaos and then put rules into it. The picture comes into a very different form when you do it that way around. Sometimes you see the complete opposite, which is a perfectly done picture, beautiful, well balanced, lovely looking picture, and then they do a splash of paint on it to see like, look, and this is the chaos and the clarity that I've made. It's kind of obvious. I think it's better when you start with the chaos and build into clarity, because the end result actually has that, is there something there? Is there not? Is there a picture? Am I just looking at one paint? What's actually happening here? And you don't feel like the artwork gives you everything off the bat. If it doesn't give you everything off the bat, then you stay around, you see more, you feel more from it. That's important. But it is good after these hectic few days to actually be back here in the studio. This is my studio. Doing what we love, making some art, because the last few days have been pretty out of context for me. I've been in buildings, talking, doing all sorts of wild stuff, and it's just good to be back in a place that feels very natural and like home. And feels like home. We have currently expanded. I was telling you we're doing the one between 34 inches and 36 inches. We're definitely prioritizing the 36 inches right now. We may even push to 37. So we'll see how that goes, but that's where we sit right now. That is a mistake right there. That's going to come up a little bit higher. That's there. There, nice. This is why we don't want to commit to any of the lines just yet, because things are going to move around just a little bit more as we get this picture just in place. Here we are. Where else do we go? You know, I was saying I want a water bottle. I wish I had a hot cup. I had 2 coffees this morning to filter. Usually I do espresso. My espresso machine is broken. It won't turn on. It's the most amazing espresso machine. It cost me 500 New Zealand dollars to fix. Now it's broken again. And so now I'm on filter coffee. And that's okay. But, I had 2 big cups of filter. And I think the trick behind that is get a little bit of water on the coffee. Even espressos, there's no water, it's all just straight liquid. You gotta go, Seb. Cam, thank you very much for joining on in, Cam. We will catch you later. Good morning all the way to France, you absolute legend. Mark, yeah, welcome on in, Mark from France. Good to have you here. We've got a lovely group, 41 lovely people hanging out here as we make this painting. get a little bit dicey. We might dive into some Payne's Grey. Maybe. Yeah, I'm enjoying it because the pants, these are, that was way too much of that. These are actually huffer pants. And they're a little bit baggier than what I normally wear, but I get that movement, which is really fun. Move my hips. Okay, stuck. Because sometimes if you wear dress pants, if they're not stretchy dress pants, you can be stuck. You know, you can't actually move your legs. But with these ones, I can, which is fun. Okay. It feels like home. Where's my blue at? Who hit my blue? So you guys? Ultramarine blue. Baby, baby, please. I haven't quite figured this out yet. See, I have to hold this plate with one hand. And then I need to open up the tube with the other hand. This isn't quite perfect. But it's not far off. These are a new kind of paints. If you saw me the other few days, I've been using Atelier paints, but I thought, just to be frisky, just to be a bit more wild, I bought a bunch, I got, is it? If I got a bunch of paint, guys, I need to know this, if I got a bunch of paint, I bought a bunch of paint, or I brought a bunch of paint. Which one is it? I brought or I bought? See you later. Catch you on the flip side. Is that Gordon Ramsay? It's not, but he has that, not Gordon Ramsay energy, but presence. He's got his shoulders back. He's occupying the space. It's powerful. He's got that sort of friendly, approachable, but shoulders back power to him. I like it. Did you buy or bring? Great question. I buy. So if I buy it, which one is it? We need the info now, we need the deets. Rakib is about to help us out. And I'm going to be forever in his debt, or her debt. You bought. Okay, I bought a bunch of liquids. Thank you very much. You're a legend. I bought a bunch of Liquitex the other day because I wanted to trial out. Literally not for paint quality whatsoever, guys. It's pretty similar to Atelier. I wanted to try it out because Liquitex have different shaped lids, and with this new little formation, I was finding I was losing so many Atelier lids. So I was having to go through and buy new things of paint, buy new tubes, buy new, just some little black lids getting lost. So it's harder to lose a Liquitex lid, but bigger. Bigger's not always necessarily better. With these Liquitex lids, it's a game changer. Let's get a little bit of that through there. Slash that there. Hello. Beautiful. Not finished yet. You need to approach around there and play around there. Just baby. Get down all the way to the bottom. Give me that there. It feels like Payne's Grey. Am I that? You brought? Yeah, I bought. That looks crazy good. What are you drawing? First off, thank you so much for coming in here and throwing down a compliment. I really appreciate that. And we are painting a new commission. This commission's called 46 Years. So this is a couple. We've got Dave and Rick, and they've been together 46 years. This is one of the early photos from their relationship of them both early on when they met, and it's really, really special because these two lovely gentlemen were pen pals. They traded letters for the longest time. So their contact with each other was via letters. And today we don't even know about that. We're using GIFs and DMs and video chats. But if we go back to a time when, I'm going to sound like a boomer here, but a time when things were more romantic, to swap letters, to get a physical object with a text on it that you know the other person has held, there's a precious element to that. There's a beautiful element, and that's how they actually exchanged. And it's one thing to read a message and go, okay, I see what they're saying here, blah blah. It's another thing to get that letter. You know what I mean? Because a message, you're always going, I wonder what they meant. And you may think about that with a letter, to be fair. But with a letter, they wrote it with their hand, you're touching it. It's like an artifact, it's a real thing. Or maybe I'm just over romanticizing it. Possibly am. Here we go. Splashes around here, we might just chuck some of this down. There we go. Payne's grey now, team. So it's not black, but it's a bit deeper and darker, mixed into those blues, playing around. There we go. So dabble that down there, and that there. Beautiful. Splash that through there. G'day guys, how we doing?
Good, we're coming to see you,
Oh,
mate.
I hope you don't mind us.
Of course you can. There's a live stream running. You're more than welcome to pop on by and say hi.
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
So we're painting a lovely couple here.
Yeah.
They've been together 46 years.
Oh, wow.
And this is
Wow.
one of their early photos together.
Yeah.
And so, since we've got these edges on the board here, just because I wasn't sure how far the width would want to go.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
just left it there and I'll cut it down when I'm finished.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the second coat, so we'll just keep going with more and more
Wow.
colour and layers and
Nice.
slowly build them out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
We're probably a little bit too realistic at this stage at the start. It
Yeah.
wants to be more wild at the start, and then you want to build towards clarity.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
start with clarity, it's
Oh,
hard to put
smudge
the
it
wild
a bit.
into it.
Yeah, yeah.
If you start with wild, you can always get more clarity. You can always get little touches of black and white
Yes,
in the
yes.
images. But yeah,
So did you start off with the dark colours or the light colours?
it's best to start with dark colours like
Yeah.
your ultramarine blues and your Payne's greys and blacks.
Uh-huh.
But if you make that a rule and you always do that,
Oh,
you'll limit
limit
yourself.
yourself,
So
yeah.
sometimes kick off with white, sometimes
Oh.
go to pink, whatever you feel like. Because if you start to actually follow the same pattern, your work's going to start looking the same every single
Yeah.
time. And you'll get this craft aspect built into it. And art done repetitively is craft. And if you want that art aspect, you know,
Has to be.
you might be there with it thinking, it's going nowhere new. Why isn't it changing? Why do I feel like I'm not growing?
Just sticking to the same.
Yeah, because you're walking the same garden track every
Yes,
time. You
yes.
need to actually, and like that does mean that you'll ruin it and run through a thorn bush every now and again. But you need to do that to
Yeah.
actually make sure you know the best.
But then how did you define your style though?
How do you define your style?
Yeah. Because you want to be known as Dennis. As Venus.
I think no matter how you try to paint, you can't escape yourself.
Oh,
And
yeah,
if when you're using a paintbrush like a rudimentary tool, here's a good example. Here's a good example. I love this one actually. How do you know if you're in the your own
it's-
style?
Yeah.
If I'm cutting firewood versus my brother's cutting firewood versus my dad cutting firewood, we can walk out and look at the results and know who was cutting the firewood. No matter how hard you try
You'll
and
do it
swing
soon.
the axe like dad, no matter how hard you try to swing it like my brother,
Yeah.
you'll be able to spot who did it. You'll know if it was me. I'm the guy who's put the those big knotty pieces on the block and hacked straight through them with the axe after 50 blows just to make sure I get through the knot.
Yeah.
You'll know it was my brother because he'll get the knot ones and he'll just put them in the stack and say the big ones can stay. And you'll know if it was dad
Good
because if
analogy.
he has hit the knot ones, he's cleverly hit it to make sure he gets through it as easy as possible. I'm not that smart, I'd brute force it. And so you'll be able to spot it. So even if you always change how you go about the art, there'll be
something.
evidence it was you no matter how hard you try to avoid it. Unfortunately, you are inescapable.
Yeah.
You'll always be in the art, no matter how hard you try and not be in it. You can't detach from it.
is your mark?
My mark, I keep it pretty crazy. I like to try and get the joy and the vitality.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I use the word transpose onto the surface.
Oh, okay.
So the brush strokes need to stay perky, the colours need to stay wild, and I try and make sure, since the pictures exist in perpetuity, I need to make sure that I actually put that vitality and joy into the painting.
Yeah.
And it sounds weird, but if you think about like a horror movie where you see scratch marks on a tree, and the cinematography and directors trying to go, oh look, something scary happened here, there's a scary thing. We notice those scratch marks and know that there was a scary monster in the bushes and it's supposed to make us afraid. Just the same way when we see brush strokes, we can tell that actually, he was happy and excited. If you're not happy and excited when you do it, you can put the wrong quote unquote energy into the painting.
Yes.
And we are quite perceptive as humans. We can tell that the artist was lethargic or upset or happy, like just by how we see the movement on things. Like just like the wood example, you can see a pile of wood and you can know whether the guy chopping it was having fun or whether he was having a bad day. Like you can just see, you know.
Yeah.
And
Good analogies.
it's subtle.
Good analogies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's not like we look at the artwork and take a sermon out of it,
Yeah.
but we're
interpret it.
instinctually very smart. And when you look at a piece of artwork and go, I kind of like that. I don't know why, but it feels like it's fun, or the artist had fun.
Yeah.
That's your instincts kicking in there, and you're actually spotting,
So
brush
is your
strokes.
pinks
So,
for the happiness,
pinks.
or is it for the couple?
Oh, I just like pink. Yeah. No. Every colour is part of your big buffet of possible options you could use, but
Because he's darker than him. Oh, obviously just the shirt.
well,
Yeah.
the black shirt here and the white shirt here are massive players on it, but if you want to keep that wild perkiness in the paint, I try and not get hung up on faces, ears, shirts, background. I treat everything equally, and part of that helps too, because if you're buying a canvas that's 34 inches or 36 by 24, you don't want to pay, you pay for everything here, and then what? This
Yes.
just gets turned blue?
Yeah.
You paid for corner to corner, do the whole thing.
Yeah.
As much attention goes in the top corner as goes right here just below the eye.
Wow.
And if you do that,
Yeah.
like strategically as well, doesn't matter how nice the face is. It could be Mona Lisa's face. The moment you've looked at it, your eyes wander and you look at the rest of the picture. And if there's nothing out here to engage you and bring you back in, your eyes will just wander off into the distance.
Yeah.
And once you've wandered off,
You've lost.
there's literally every other painting in the world
Yes.
waiting for you. So the painting needs to actually bring you in, surprise you, you're now aware of it, have your eyes wander off, be re-engaged and brought back to the idea. And if it can't do that, you won't stay with the painting.
Yeah.
You won't
Yours
buy
is
the painting or
definitely
appreciate it.
why have you used that style? It's you won't
We're staying with it.
you won't look
Yeah.
you won't look at it and just
The-
walk away. You'll go, oh,
Once it gets finished and it needs hundreds more brush strokes, thousands more brush strokes into it, it wants to have enough paint, these little moments in it, that you just forget. But you remember, say, a couple of hundred of them.
yeah.
And then as you look at it the next time, you'll see more brush
Something
strokes that you've
different.
missed last time.
Yeah.
And you go on this little circular journey where every time you see the painting, you've forgotten a few brush strokes, but you've seen a few more. And that's that novelty factor. If a painting's not perpetually novel to you, then it actually can't give long term.
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
years, it's not still giving. If a painting gives you everything at the start and you understand it,
Yeah.
what do you do with that? Do you
Yeah.
then buy it? You now understand it. Do you then take it? Do you then buy it and then have it for 3 years and fully understand? Like that's the kind of artwork that goes in the garage after
Yeah,
3
yeah,
years
yeah.
when you rearrange your house and you think, actually, I'll put this down in the. I'll find a place for that. We'll put it away. But if you actually constantly look at it and see something new, keep that somewhere in your living room, in the hallway, wherever. And when I say that, walk past and go, oh, I just noticed. No, you just look, oh look, that splatter or smat or splurge. Hadn't noticed the blue or red there. It doesn't need to be a lot. Just
yeah.
a little. Yeah. Kind of like watching trees grow in your backyard. You go out there and they're just a little bit bigger,
Yeah,
or a little bit this or that. Yeah. Year on year.
Thought of it that way. Have you thought of it?
No.
Definitely haven't thought of it that way.
So what made you come out here to
I like the fresh air. I like coziness. The wind's pretty strong. But it's nice to be out in a place like this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you're in a studio, you wouldn't. Couple of things. Natural light.
Yeah.
Much better for painting with. You can't trick yourself and think you're going to get anything close to what the sun can produce in a
Yeah.
studio. There are cool lights, don't get me wrong, but you will get the perfect lighting conditions in one static zone. The sun's going to be constantly moving and changing, so
Yes.
you'll actually see your work from a few different positions.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And you need to do that because what happens with a lot of artwork, yes, galleries, static position,
Yeah.
but that's not life. In
Yeah.
life, it's usually in, say, a living room that actually you can see natural light
Changes.
changing.
Yes, yes.
Now, a lot of artwork is in a gallery, you're like, oh, it's beautiful. You take it into your home, and there's this little thing that doesn't feel quite right because maybe the artist has done it with perfect lighting and perfect lighting in the gallery. You got it into your home,
And it's different.
and now light conditions are changing non-stop.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to make artwork in changing lighting conditions so it's ready for a home that will have changing lighting
Yeah.
conditions.
Mate,
Yeah.
I've just recently been up to Amsterdam and I went through
Yeah.
the Van Gogh Museum, and I learned more from you than I did that entire time wandering around there.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
you're-
incredible.
that's awesome. Thank you.
A lot of thought go. It's not just
Yeah.
Well,
spattering.
thanks, guys. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
The
incredible.
I find too. We had art history school and philosophy and things like that.
Yeah.
The trouble you can run into, especially with art history, like critiquing art and art movements, is you can try and find these really big words, and
Yeah.
I love it because we try and put these things in baskets: post-impressionism,
Yeah.
modernism, and it's to help us better understand it, but it actually gatekeeps the whole topic and confuses
Yeah.
everyone. There's whole books trying to alleviate confusion from the big words that we created.
Yeah.
And actually, Einstein had an amazing saying, I think it was Einstein, if you can't explain it simply, then you don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of the times, like, I've been writing these paragraphs at art school, but like, that's one sentence, what are you doing? And
Yeah.
you get pulled into it. 'Cause
Yeah,
you'll be
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
you need
yeah,
a word
yeah, yeah.
count of 20,000,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
That's how you're rewarded.
you're like, how many times can I reword one sentence in a single
Yeah.
paragraph, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you do that, how's anyone going to understand it? You've got a project manager building a house.
You've
they
got to
gotta-
be able to explain it as way a 12-year-old would.
Exactly
understand it.
right. And like a project manager who says, oh, you wouldn't get it. There's a lot of big stuff going on in this house. You're like, well, you're not building my house then because it's my house and I need to get it. So
Yes, yes,
find a way to
yes.
communicate with me
Yeah.
Yeah.
or you're not going to sell the house. And the same
Yeah.
goes for art. There's
Yeah.
artists who do amazing stuff. But if you can't explain it, how can other people or collectors understand it to
Yes.
actually purchase it?
Yeah,
Because if you're paying big ticket for art, you need to
Yes.
understand it
Yeah,
and understand the artist.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you may as well get a robot to paint it.
Yeah. AI.
AI.
Yeah,
Here we
that's
come.
where it's going.
Nah.
Oh, lovely
I
chatting
don't
to
think
you.
so.
Lovely
Thank you,
chatting
mate.
with you
That
guys
was
too.
awesome.
Have a
Thanks,
great
thanks.
walk.
Thank
You
you.
too. Well, have a great painting.
Cheers. All right, team. I am a little bit behind here, but let me have a look down here and catch up. Last week I joined your live. It's the same picture, just painting different colour. It is the same picture. We are adding colours to it, but there is a spectrum of maybe 30 pigments that we want in this one, on varying degrees of tones. So it's a long way from finish. Just keep dabbling with it. Am I ambidextrous? I am not. I am 100% left-handed, through and through. Cheers, Jay. I appreciate you, mate. Here he is someone to meet you yesterday, man. CreatorCon was amazing. Cheers, KZ. Good to meet you at CreatorCon, and good to be back doing what I do. This is the lovely wilderness. There's rain cells moving around. One of them hit us, but hopefully we get that nice sun to bask in for the next 30 minutes to an hour. We'll see how we go. I've got my best friend coming over with his 2.5-year-old, and Shelby's at home with Cooper at the moment. So when he arrives at our house, I'll skedaddle back and hang out with them. That guy's having a swim. That is bold. I like his style. What a legend. It'll be freezing in that water. What an absolute legend. Art Scott, let's jump on that. Amazing work as usual. Thanks, Art Scott. And Seb, what do you do for fun? What do I do for fun? That is a great question. Can I say art? Can it just be that? I love art. I love making art. This is my zing. This is what I enjoy. It's fun. It's a process that, you know how fulfilling it feels when you've got something that you love like art that provides you with pleasure, but other people enjoy it. Like, the thing that provides you pleasure makes other people happy. That's a real Kickstarter. Look, and then sometimes, I'll be honest with you here, I like going to the gym. Gym's pretty fun. Sometimes I like working out outside, but the gym's a nice thing to go to early in the morning when it's dark, and I like going there with headphones, and I like listening to, a lot of the time the music at the gym is, you know, this thump, 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 thump. I hate that, guys. You don't need a beat, all right? You got your heartbeat, that'll be enough. I just love some Johnny Cash if I want some old school stuff. Otherwise, give me some Disney. Greatest Showman. I can work out the Greatest Showman all day long. You haven't lived until you've done an exercise to From Now On. Well, this is the greatest show. The other side with Zac Efron. It's fantastic. Okay, my friend, you wanna cut me in. I'm gonna tell you now, just won't happen. So thanks, but no. If you haven't seen Greatest Showman, you're missing out on a trick that is, I'm not much of a musical guy. At all, actually. I hate musicals. Which would surprise you, because I'm definitely the kind of guy you think would be into musicals. But I'll tell you what, Greatest Showman, now that is a fantastic movie. A musical hits the mark when it doesn't just like suddenly stop and it's song time. Like, it needs to be, hold on, there's a sneeze coming on. It needs to be a movie where the songs fit in naturally, and you're not surprised by a song, but you find yourself in the middle of a song. That's the best kind of musical. When the song's already been sung before you realise it's happening. Now, big sneeze on my part. Hello, how am I doing today? Emma, I'm doing fantastic. It is lovely to have you here. I am trying to figure out what the next colour is going to be. We've exacerbated purple. Lots of purple, royal purple, all sorts of purples. A lot of blue in there. We're going to come back to the blues. Definitely. Red, a lot of that. I don't want yellow yet, so I branched into orange first. Sort of orangey raw sienna colour. There's a little bit of green there, but possibly that needs exacerbating. Deeper into the green front. It's a great movie. Who's seen it? Dana's seen it. Yes, love that. Cheers, Jay. Bless you too. Nina, welcome on in. Andy, hello. And kia ora, Ashy, welcome on in. All right, what colour's next? What's next? Actually, joy of my step at the moment. Lethargic here. Don't let yourself get lethargic, otherwise the painting will wear it. If the painting wears this lethargic energy, it won't recover. Alright, we're going to go for a brown colour. Because brown's actually... Me and brown have a love-hate relationship, guys. A love-hate relationship. Brown's one of those colours that you feel like it isn't as exciting as the rest of the pigments. But if you don't add brown to the painting, for some reason the other pigments don't pop. And so there's this wonderful, wonderful dance and balance between colours that seem like they're the star players and colours that actually help make everything happen. And I'd liken that to a sports reference, a soccer team. You've got the guy who kicks the goal. He's a great guy, everyone loves that guy. When he kicks the ball in the box thing, everyone cheers. But there's also the guy that helps get the ball there, who passes him the ball, who defends when the ball comes down the other end. They're all key players in the team. So your goal kickers are your pinks, your vibrant reds, your cerulean blues, those popping pastels that end up on the end of the picture. But your support team, the key players who allow them to pop, that's your browns, that's your Payne's grey, that's your subtle toning greys. These colours that sit there and build the whole work and allow the pop colours to actually pop. That is how I feel. Cheers, Glitter. This is a unironed shirt. I was dabbling with a few different things and I was like, right, I'm trying to learn style, and these are some baggy pants, they're half pants, and I thought, half pants with a paint on them now. Alright, here's some baggy pants, and I know that you're supposed to wear of a combination of two. If one's patterned, the other one should be flat, and vice versa. If one's tight, the other one should be loose, and vice versa. So we're in baggy pants today, so I'm in a stretch dress shirt. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm Googling these things. Do you paint in any other mediums? Yes. I paint in everything, but I'll tell you what, I love acrylics. There's a versatility to acrylics. They're like the Swiss Army knives of paint. You gotta think of oils. Imagine that oils are a very expensive, fancy kitchen knife. Yeah, it can cut tomatoes like nothing you've ever seen, but it has one purpose. It's a glass cannon. Oils are a glass cannon. But acrylics, you can do all sorts of things with them. Mix them in different ways, make them behave in different ways, have fun with them. They dry fast, they can layer them up. You can make them thick, you can make them thin, you can do all sorts of stuff. Egg tempera, another glass cannon, similar to oils. If you need something exact done, egg tempera will do it. Gouache, there's a lot of glass cannons out there. All the mediums are glass cannons except for acrylic. Acrylic just says, you know, what do you need, baby? I've got you sorted. Acrylic's like the, it's a good example. I'm trying to think of a worldwide example. We haven't got one, but I was gonna say, like the family restaurant, the Cobb & Co, the Longhorns, the Applebee's, the steakhouse that has pasta and curry and all the possible options that you'd like to eat. I don't know. Acrylic's got it all. Don't move away from acrylic. Acrylic slaps. Cheers, Taylor. Taylor's been loving the oversized look. Well, Taylor, it's funny you say that because Huffer have been looking after me. They've been doing stylish. They've got me in these baggy pants. They had me in a big puffer, a Huffer puffer, which I should definitely have brought with me out to the beach today now that sun's disappeared again. And it's kind of fun. You get like a ton more movement than you'd expect. And I like it. I like it. I haven't tried acrylics yet, definitely should. I would recommend though, if you want to try acrylics, acrylics are like, I haven't got an example for this, but I think acrylics are kind of like, what are they like? You guys can tell me what this should be. There's nothing better than good acrylics, but there's nothing worse than bad ones. So the bad acrylics are so bad, it's not even funny. It's they are out the gate bad. So make sure when you buy acrylics, you buy that medium to medium high quality range. Don't dip. Do not dip. You will wear it. Bad quality oils are still great. They're still totally usable. I love them to bits. Bad quality acrylics are completely and utterly unusable. Flat line, avoid it altogether. That's a great point. We've got Hubert in here. Love you to bits, Hubert. Great to have you in here. Hubert says you need art lessons. And Hubert, you are absolutely right. In fact, the worst thing that could ever happen to you and your craft, if you're an artist, is that you stop needing lessons. Once you stop, your art stops. And once your art stops, it becomes repetitive. And once it's repetitive, it's no longer art, it's a craft. So Hubert, you have pointed out something that's really, really important and close to my heart. Keep taking lessons, keep learning from everyone. There's this really, really interesting guy. He's all over social media right now. He's the guy who does that talk picture with, he does those trapeze art things where he has the buckets full of paint and he spins them over a giant canvas and creates this huge mess. And he sells them for huge amounts of money, huge amounts. And everyone's getting really upset at him, you know. But it's funny, I look at it, I'm like, jeepers, just to set that up costs well over half the budget, that painting, you know. And he's got the most lovely personality because he does get a bit of hate messaging. You know, people come in there quite aggressively and say, this is not art, you're terrible. And he did this reel, and it was such an amazing reel, and it would have meant so much to so many people. He got some of the worst mean messages that he gets. And he said, I'm going to turn these into art. So he stretched it, the actual message onto a canvas, and he made his art on top of the message. And it's the most beautiful, beautiful work. So you see these swirls of paint and colour, and then it has these, like, you know, talking about art's supposed to be objective and subjective, and art's like this, I don't understand this movement, and it's like, on top of it's this beautiful, overwhelming colour. And yeah, anyway, it's just so cool because, you know, sometimes we get a negative and we sit with it and it hurts. But then if we're able to turn a negative into a positive, or better still, a negative into or not even see it as a negative, but turn it into a positive for other people, that's powerful. That's potent and powerful. Now what's that there? It's going to rain on you for 15 minutes. If it's going to be 15 minutes, check the weather report because that's actually perfect. That's going to be 15 minutes. We will stay and we will take the rain. If it goes for longer than 15 minutes, we might need to tweak. So we will see how we go. But regardless, we're going to get the brown in here. That's the important thing. Now, hey Henny, how are we doing? Oh, who's that there? I've got a bit of water on my phone so I can't quite see. Bran, welcome on in. Loved your work in Game of Thrones. Alright, where are we here? Beautiful. It's a rainy day. It's a rainy day. But that's okay. And if you are going to be out in the rain too, guys, the kind of paint that really handles the rain well, and if you're doing it thick and wild, is oils. Because the water runs off oils. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Is it cold? It's a little bit cold. It's okay. We've got the rain coming straight at us, which means the paint is protected for now. But we'll see how it progresses. Nearly a few, it's right. We only have a few more minutes to do, and then we get to go back to enjoying this beautiful place without being rained on. It'll be fantastic. And while I'm doing this, I'm just thinking, just slowly thinking, do we want some other colours dabbling in here? Do we want some other colours dabbling in the show? Okay, my friend. Getting caught in the rain is fun as long as it's warm. How could you paint in the rain? Okay, so a couple of things there. We talked about this earlier. With the rain, provided it's coming from a single angle in a single direction, you can angle the canvas at it and down, and it's going to be safe. In terms of if it's cold or warm here, it's currently cold, so we're dabbling with that. The biggest issue with the cold is the hand that holds the plate. The hand that holds the plate gets the coldest because the hand using the brush is moving to stay warm. The one with the plate is static. That static action in the cold is the thing that plays up the most. So, that movement. There we go. Okay, my friend, you wanna cut in. I hate to tell you now, it just won't happen. No, I think I'm good to go. Quite enjoy life, you see, I'm trapped in. Now I admire you, oh yes I really do. You're onto something, really it's something. Oh, let's go in here. Why are you dancing? Yeah, I'm like you too. I walk into some bars sometimes, you know, or like we're at like a party somewhere, and someone's having a good time. As soon as they start going like this, I go, "Oi! What are you doing? What? Why are you dancing? How dare you move when you're having a good time?" And I make that very, very clear to someone dancing. Whenever I see that, I get like, I'm right in there. It infuriates me too. Now I dance when I make the artwork because when you move, you get happy. It keeps your body moving. It's kind of cold right now. The movement helps me keep warm, but it transposes a bit of joy and a bit of vitality onto the surface of the art. So, on one hand, you're 100% right. I could stand here like this. Can't wait to see how much joy is in a piece of artwork I make like that. I bet it's going to be so full of vitality and joy. I bet when people look at the brush strokes, they're going to just be excited by the sheer vigour that I put into the art. Nah. If you want vigour, vitality and joy in the artwork itself, you need to move. You need to embrace it. Your blood needs to be pumping. If it's not, the artwork's going to represent that. And not just represent that now, but in perpetuity. Because you're making something that wants to last almost indefinitely. Cheers, Taylor. And g'day, Steve. Welcome on in. Thanks for joining the streams at CreatorCon. Sorry for the weird noise I had going on. Like, there's a lot of background noise that was occurring, so it was that. But I just wondered if I could live stream the event. Plus, it would give me a replay because Shelby wanted to watch. So I was nervous. I was very nervous, but we did very, very well. I felt like through the hiccups, bambling and bumbling, we kind of made the major points, which was kind of fun. The painting itself at the moment has been through one layer so far, so we're on the second layer. Right now, out here in the middle of nowhere, we're painting layer number 2 on 46 years. It's going to be about a 7 or 8 layer painting, so we're still very much in the early fun stages of this work. And all it requires from us, and I say this all the time, all it requires right now is that we have a good time. If we don't, it's going to be showing up in the painting. A little sun shower. Hubert, is Hubert still here, or has Hubert moved on? If Hubert's still here, I want to say thank you. You were 100% right. It did rain for about 15 minutes. Now it's gone. If you hadn't been here, Hubert, I may have got disheartened. But your passion and your interest in making sure I don't get too wet really saved the day. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay, my friend, you want to cut me in? I hate to tell you, well, it just won't happen. So thanks, but no. Hubert's gone. It's a pity. thought we had a real connection there, me and you. Talked about art together. Connected. But now you've just got to hang out on another string. And Steve, funny story, I was hanging out with a guy who does a lot of conservation work who's from Hawaii yesterday. So that was wild. Lovely guy. Lovely guy. He had a very Hawaii vibe to him, had a flower in his hair and everything. So that's a classic. Great dude. Long hair as well, Steve. Long hair. See, I'd always have to get, if I had longer hair than this, I'd always end up in the shower after these painting sets, just like getting it, all the paint that I've got my hair out of it, which would be an absolute pain. Art Bunny, welcome on in. Art Bunny, are you the Art Bunny, or do you do art of bunnies specifically? Because the latter is fantastic. If it's that case, suit yourself. Who's that there? Can Spain. Oh, you're back. You hit the track. You had places to be. But you've come back. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. There we go. There. And like I say, we're trying to get a bit more wilderness into this artwork here. It's a little bit too serious right now. It needs to loosen up. If you get to loosen up properly, the entire thing be better off. There we go. Good on you, Cam. Alright. Well. Good on you for spending time with your mother. There we go. One last colour. What's it going to be for layer 2? One last colour for layer 2. Go on here right now. And a bit of paint on these lovely pants. Such is life. Such is life. We're a little bit overcast at the moment. It's a cloud just moving past the sun, but it hopefully will move off and give me one last touch of beautiful light before I finish this session off. But to really perk up what we're doing here, I want something on the light, not a really light tone, but like a medium to light tone. So not middle of the field, not, whoa, I know what it's going to be. I know what it's going to be. This is what we're after. Green into a little bit, green into a little bit of, okay, my friend, you want to cut me in? Do I have parchment there? Yes, I do. Green into parchment. So parchment's like a toning grey. Toning grey. Like a toning white. There we go. It's not as strong as toning grey, but it's not pure white either. There we go. There's a little plate with a little bits and pieces into it, and a little bit more of this. Cam, you guessed green, well done. It's a natural picture. Green has that natural element. I used to complain about green, saying I don't like green because nature's so beautiful, and actually that's ridiculous. I had to change that opinion. I thought I knew what I was talking about, but it's really, really healthy to change your opinion. And I have on green. I love it. Heidi, you love this one. Thank you so much. This is a painting of love, capturing two gentlemen. 46 years they've been together. Yeah, there's a couple of kids over there. They've got rain jackets on, so they're much, much smarter than me. And just out here enjoying this beautiful day. Let's get that around there. Okay, my friend, you wanna cut me in? Da 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 dun, 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 dun. I'm so sorry, it is stuck in my head. Oh, congratulations, guys. We've been here for 90 minutes out here in this crazy little environment, enjoying ourselves. And 90 minutes out here. Holly, what am I doing? I'm hanging out with you, Holly. Trying to make sure that in a small way, wherever you are in this big old world, you're having a better day. And if that's the case, that's fantastic. I like the sound of children. Oh, sorry, that was a comment from before. There's 5 of them. They're having the best of a time. Cole, welcome on in. And Art Bunny, it is acrylics. It is acrylics. So I combine them with a little bit of gel medium, a little bit of fast dry medium, a little bit of this and that. No, I like to combine them with a few little bits and pieces. Just to make the acrylics not behave as basically as they do from the tube. When they just come straight out of the tube, acrylics lack a few things. Especially the heavy-bodied acrylics, they're a little bit tacky. And so if we can just change that viscosity, just the tiniest little bit, the whole style of it thanks you, I think. That's how I feel about it. Yeah. Now you're onto something, really it's something. I live among the swells, we don't pick up peanut shells. Oh, cheers, Heidi. You love the work with figures. I like faces right up close. That's my favourite. I love figures because you get this whole genre piece element around it where you can actually get context to help you understand the moment the characters are in. And I love landscapes because they're just an excuse to go as wild as humanly possible. And that's always fun. This is a bit here. Here we go. That's always fun. This is a bit here. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Right, just a bit more slashed here, and then let's get out. It sounds like Brody, my best friend, has arrived at his location, and I need to go say hi. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure being here with you all. Can I send you a mic for Christmas? Heidi, that is so fair enough. It's a windy day today. I should have brought it with me. I didn't. It's entirely my fault. But it's been pretty fun out here. Leo, you're a champion. Thanks for joining in. And I have places to be. Thanks for being here for the 90 minutes we were. Thanks for tolerating a few showers and a bit of the wind. And wherever you are today, out there in this big old crazy world, it's obviously not here because I've got the whole beach to myself, apart from the 7 kids. Hope it's a great day or a great night. Look after yourselves, guys, and we got to 15,000 likes. Thank you very much, you absolute legends. Jay Smith, thanks for being in here and looking after us. All the best, guys. Bye now.